Alright.
Probably hear the train rolling in the background. I already poured it. Then the train whistle started going off. All the other fun stuff, so had to let the whistles go by. Trains, you'd think I'd have them more predictable than I do. Anyway, I bought a Clan Denny not too long ago. Kind of enjoy it. These are, most of them $50, give or take a few dollars, depending on where you buy it too. But they allow us to buy whiskeys we normally can't get. And like Fettercairn, we just don't have access to Fettercairn here in Kansas. I've never seen it anyway. Somebody may know more about than I do. I'm not the beginning end all of it, but it was a chance to try it. This is distilled May 2008, bottled April 2019. It's a 10-year-old, matured 10 years in a refill hogshead, so we know it's in a refill. And this is bottle number 55 of 410. Without coloring, non-chill filtered, like all of them have been. And I ain't going to read the thing to you, even though I know what it says. And their view of what they think it is, but it's a little different. But anyway, it's a good way for me to get access to whiskeys I normally can't get. And I was kind of curious here on Fettercairn, because I think White Mackay owned it for quite some time. But and I'll read this off the website. The early 2000s were a turning point for the distillery. An Indian trade company, Vijay Malaya, I'm probably destroying that, bought White Mackay and decided to release luxurious expressions from the distillery. So they are out there. They have 2 spirit stills, which are pear-shaped, and both have a 12,800 liters of capacity. So, distillery uses open top mash tun and a wooden washback. Cooling of the spirit is done with an unconventional process. Doesn't really say. Unpeated barley is used for malting, which is acquired from the industrial sites. After the 1960s, until the 60s, they used the floor malting process. They possess 32,000 casks on site. This being an independent bottler, of course, that's irrelevant of what they're doing on site there. Anyway, it's starting to cool down. And it's a very light gold color. You can even tell if you look in the bottle. It's just a very light gold color. So there's not very, you know, there's no pretension here. There's no added coloring to make it look darker for a 10-year-old. This is probably what really most 10-year-old whiskeys look like. Light gold, light straw gold. I've already read all this. 46% alcohol by volume. That's what I forgot. This one's pretty unique. Or I don't know if unique's quite the word. Oh, wait a minute. Dang it. This was bottled on 10/5 of 19. Yeah, April 19. I just now noticed the printing on the back side of the label that you look through the bottle and see. There's a couple other ones that does that. It smells good. I love the smell of this one. I really do. For a youthful whiskey, it doesn't come across as extremely youthful. Some tears running down. Not the most viscous. There is some mouthfeel to it though. Okay. I get kind of a combination. On here they say strawberry jam. I don't get strawberry jam. I get kind of a strawberry and pears come up front on this. The malty base comes through very well with it. And there's a nice subtle chocolate note that you really get in the backside of this. And this is just the nose, because it does change to the palate. This is one that I like to leave set in the glass for a longer period of time before I actually drink it. It develops very well. This really develops well. And a little water doesn't hurt, even though I didn't bring no water out here. A little water does not hurt this one at all. You know, maybe a half a teaspoon in something like this. Nice strawberry pear combination. It develops so well across the tongue and the palate. And then the chocolate hits, and the chocolate is just everywhere. This does have one of the better chocolatey notes. I mean, it just kind of carries on. It's got a nice rich malt base, and it doesn't bring a lot of the youthful characteristics you see in a lot of 10-year-old whiskeys. And there's some youth there, but it's very background. It's very covered up. It's very well, I think it's a well-made whiskey, and I think they've chosen a good cask in this case. Whether they sent their own cask to get filled, or whether the cask was filled and it was just something that didn't fit in Fettercairn's profile, so they auctioned it off on market. I can't speak to anything. I don't know how they do that kind of business. But in this case, I really like this. This is a good whiskey. And Denny's good at bringing them out. This is the second one I bought. The first one I think was Whisk'e'y, and it was a 10-year-old, and I liked it as well. This is better, I think, personally, than the Whisk'e'y. I really do like it. I think for the money, you'd be hard pressed to get a 10-year-old that's as good as this. Highlands really do appeal to my palate too. So that's a bonus. I like it. I think for a score I'm going to give it I'm trying to keep the youthfulness out of play in this, because there is some youthful character that you do notice. But like I said, it's very well masked. It's not bold in your face. It's very well settled in the background. I'm going to give it an 89 out of 100. There's a part of me that wants to give it a 90, because I really like this one. But I think there's a little bit of a sourness to it that lingers after you finish is done. So it kind of detracts a little bit from it. But it's not bad. It's not bad at all. It's just sometimes it's one of those things you get with a leftover whiskey like that, but leftover in a younger whiskey like that. But I like it. We'll stick with it. 89 out of 100. Someday I'll hopefully get to try a real Fettercairn. This is a real Fettercairn, a distillery release Fettercairn. That would be nice. So remember, the spirit in your glass isn't running from you. Take your time, sip, and enjoy it. You'll be better for it, as will we all. The sun has just went down. Now we're in the purples and the violets. So I don't know. I'm losing my light fast. So hopefully this ain't turning too dark too quick. I'll talk to y'all later.